Kamara returned for the Saints, and that's exactly what they needed. New Orleans got their first win in more than a month, defeating the New York Jets 30-9. Joining us with his take on the game is WWLTV.com sports writer and host of Saints Happy Hour podcast, Ralph Malbrough. Thank you for being with us.
It's good. It's good to be back, Leslie. First win. The Saints did no win November, which was kind of brutal. But
it was brutal.
Here's the thing: beating the Jets is kind of like the NFL equivalent of being able to get out of bed in the morning.
If
you're unable to do it, it probably means you're going to die soon. So the 2021 Saints, they proved capable of getting out of bed. So their season isn't dead yet. Listen, it's not spectacular, but they were the best team from start to finish. And here's the thing that we were all asking last week. We're all asking, how bad are the Saints? And the answer is not as bad as the Jets. And for my self-worth as a Saints fan, that's really important to me.
Okay. And Alvin Kamara, of course, returned. He sat out 4 games with injury, and handing the ball off to him just worked. That's what Sean Payton leaned on to end that worst skid of his tenure in New Orleans.
Well, Alvin Kamara, he's the best running back in football, and he gives the Saints so many options, and he just gives the Saints, Sean Payton talked about it, he gives them juice, gives them enthusiasm, and it makes their offense, it gives defenses a guy that they're like, okay, we have to stop him. The Jets, of course, couldn't, because the Jets are a football atrocity most Sundays. But here's the thing that I thought was most important about the Saints yesterday. I thought Taysom, that's as good as he's going to be able to look for the Saints in 2021. He threw for 175, ran for 73, and although his fumbling issues kind of remained, I thought it was real funny. Like Sean Payton talked about how it's kind of an adventure with Taysom fumbling. It reminded me of talking about my son trying to tie his shoes. He's like we're still working on that. But here's the thing, that Taysom, don't turn the ball over, make a couple of throws, run around, make some plays with your leg. That's the strategy for the Saints the rest of the way. And if it goes well for the Saints, these last 4 weeks, Leslie, they're going to be one-score games close with 5 minutes to go. And if you're the Saints, the offensive plan is Taysom, make a play. Alvin Kamara, make a play. Hopefully you win the game. Yeah. That's what it's gonna be.
You mentioned he threw the ball a couple times. He only threw it 21 times, but you're right. He was able to get a lot done with his feet. But I don't know when defenses are going to start figuring that out. But before I ask this next question, I can hear Jim Mora with that famous press conference. Playoffs! What does this mean, this win for the Saints' playoff chances?
Well, listen, the NFC, the bottom of the NFC, the 7th team in is 6-7. So there's 5 teams tied at 6-7. I think the Saints will need to get to 9 wins because tiebreakers won't go in their favor. Are they capable of it? I don't know. Here's the thing, though. I do know that the Saints give Tom Brady absolute fits. And if they beat him Sunday, Leslie, it'll be the 4th time they beat him in 2 years with 3 different quarterbacks. So the Saints aren't going to be scared of Tampa. But playoffs, let's go to Tampa. If they beat Tampa and get to 7-7, they'll be in really good shape to get a playoff spot. As crazy as it sounds, just because the NFC is so bad in 2021.
It does sound really crazy that that's even possible. Well, but one game at a time, right?
One game at a time. One game at a time. Be happy. They won. First time in a month.
Yeah, Kamara looked amazing too. And Sean Payton, it wasn't the most creative. He's so good with play calling and stuff. This was working. Let's keep handing the ball off. It wasn't the most pretty game to watch, but a win is a win is a win.
A win. I think the key, Leslie, Sean Payton, no visor, no hat. He's got to keep doing it until they lose, right?
All right, well, we've got to hold him to it. All right, Ralph, thanks so much. As we just talked about, the Saints' next matchup, Sunday night, they take on Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Bucks. That's prime time. Remember, you can keep up with the Saints with our Bless You Boys app. It's free in your phone's app store. You'll find the latest headlines about the season, team, and so much more.